that, these qualifier stage, these group stages, any one of these teams, if they were, playing in the Garena qualifiers or, the national championships of last year, the champs back then would have had a tough time too, man.
Yeah, definitely. And it might be a different champion from last year. It might not be the famous NRX Jeremiah 2911, right? It might be a
absolutely
different one.
correct.
Now we're going to start with our hardpoint XDG Dynasty versus PDR Esports. Let's see who will win this one. I have my bet on PDR Esports, AJ. How about
you? You're taking the easy pick one there, eh? The XDG Dynasty. They had a lot of promise when they were coming in here, but they just don't seem to be performing at all, man. We haven't seen XDG bring out that spark of brilliance that we were expecting. Diowi has been very, very subdued. Serious Zero, Kitsune, sometimes you see some spots of brilliance from him. Lawrence as well, but not always. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's a problem with XDG. And from last year, they were really good. They had a lot of lineup changes, and now 2021 PH Championship, they are having a hard time against all of these other teams, and now they're up against PDR Esports, who is now dominating this hard point, currently leading the way, doubling up their scores against XDG.
But are you surprised though at this point?
I'm not really surprised. We haven't seen much of XDG. Like it's kind of like Ain't Elo, wherein we try to call in, calling them out actually made them better. But now, like what I said, now they're currently at the bottom. So calling them out here in this matchup that we have right now, maybe might give them more encouragement here, but it looks like they are not having fun right now.
Oh, they're not having fun at all. PDR Esports seems to be whipping them all around this summit map right now, and there's nothing that they can do to make a comeback, because every single time XDG forces their way into the hard point, the PDR Esports just finds a way to flush them out. And look at Jello coming in here right now, KRM action, and just like that, there you go, PDR is back. Oh, beautiful comeback by Zero, and they will have to still move. Why? Because that hard point is gonna switch.
Yeah, it is gonna switch now, and still, I think XDG has the hard point right now, but looks like Bilionis, PDR Esports now try to take it over. Young J still got Kitsune there. Another one for Young J. Looks like XDG Dynasty, they're trying to do a comeback here.
XDG, they seem to be trying, man. There's just some sort of a flavor still missing in here. Kitsune, beautiful takedown, but is gonna get wiped out because of his health. No matter what XDG tries, XDG is not able to get the hardpoint away from PDR Esports. And right now, rookie mistake coming in from XDG, because since they start camping, they're also allowing PDR Esports to come here for the push. Only one person is just holding those points for PDR Esports back there at the cable car platform. And what does they think that they have successfully managed to hold on to the next hard point? Look at PDR coming here and rip through them just like that.
Yeah, just Jello just passing through like a tank and exploding everybody up. And right now, AJ, PDR Esports is able to take the
I don't understand that, man. I really do not understand the way they played that, because even if you think about it, right, if you leave one person to take care of that blue radar station for the activation of the next hardpoint and send 4 of your players to attempt to at least take away 10 or 11 seconds off of the cable car platform, you would have succeeded. And what's the worst case scenario if you die? You respawn back all the way near to the blue radar station just in time to capture your hard point. So it was simple maths there. XDG just didn't take advantage of their map.
Bring it up, squad.
Right, and the rotation is what we're talking about here, AJ. XDG Dynasty's rotation not really as far as PDR Esports, and looks like they're gonna win this one with 15 points left that they need to take in here, as J is obliterating zero there.
Yeah, so it's just PDR Esports textbook win here at Summit. They did everything right. They didn't allow XDG to force their way through. And that was it. It was a very, very somber ending towards the very end because, you know, even XDG knew there was no way they were going to come back from that. PDR Esports played that to perfection.
Yes, indeed. And it is a one-sided game, to be honest with you, AJ. PDR Esports just completely dominated XDG Dynasty in that map, and we're gonna move on to Search and Destroy, which if I remember it correctly, it's gonna be on Meltdown, right? So with
Absolutely
Meltdown,
correct,
we saw Ain't VVV Esports. We might see another type of game, but again, looking at the hardpoint match. They have to a way to better their rotation and to maybe I think it's going to be the communication as well is what they're having a hard time with, right, AJ?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Let's see if or not they'll be able to fix all of that by the time we go back into round number 2. And that would be Search and Destroy at Meltdown, as you said, Cuckoo. 49-150. That is the defeat that XDG Dynasty has faced at the hands of PDR Esports. As we go into game number 2, can this be any different? Because I mean, let's not also forget, Cuckoo, that this was XDG's map pick, which they just got beaten on. And the next one is going to be PDR's map pick. So the advantage, once again, is already there. And things are all working towards a PDR donut.
Yeah, and we might see another donut here, AJ, here on our third matchup. Like what you said, the pick, the Meltdown pick is coming from PDR Esports. So this is going to be a big advantage for them. And XDG Dynasty, they have to find that missing piece in their gameplay. And I think they need the best communication in this matchup right now as we now start our Search and Destroy here in Meltdown.
Oh, as we kick things off, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's still a 5-on-5. No early takedowns in this game. Young Jay trying to control the midsection here as he goes in from the flyover. Bomb being planted so early by XDG. A great move by them, but how will they go in here for the defense?
We'll find out as the B site. Now they planted the bomb here by XDG. Defending it is PDR Esports down the 2v2 situation. Ooh, Locke's able to locate our Lawrence and Yui. What a play there! A couple of kills and now the defusal. There's still time left, AJ. What a play from PDR Esports.
Yeah, man. Locke's just getting 3 kills back to back. Beautiful positioning. If you manage to see the way he moved, right? He moved section by section. He moved to one section. He looked around. He tried to spot around whether or not there was an opponent there. He saw one. He took them down immediately after the takedown. Slides into action into another location. So he's got some cover. And such a beautifully tactical way to execute that move. And he did it so well, man. 3 very well deserving kills. Locke's coming in here again, but Kitsune shutting him down so early in the match.
And you're correct with that one. It was just so quick. I can't even move that way if I play MP and Zero able to actually kill off Milliones, but Young Jay with a drop shot able to kill him off. Ooh, but PDR Esports got wiped out, and it is now a 1-1 score here on Search and Destroy. Are you surprised with that, AJ?
No, man. I'm glad to see XDG step it up in this game, right? Because the way they have been taking their games thus far, it doesn't show the guts that they usually display in competitions, right? They've been backing away from these engagements a little too much. Kitsune going in here this time. He might be able to get this snipe if that player makes that one mistake. Oh, that flame helping just to give a little bit of cover, making Kitsune not get that shot. Young Jay goes in. takes down the Zero. What a beautiful opening. Young J once again. Kitsune down with the headshot. And XDG are on a crazy handicap. Call the referee. Make them throw the towel in. PDR Esports has awakened.
Yes, they have awakened, and XDG Dynasty not yet ready for prime time, AJ, as they were wiped out that easily. What a quick wipeout there for PDR Esports.
Yeah, man, XDG didn't see that coming, but I guess, PDR just wants to stomp their foot of authority in this game early. But look at XDG come back in there right now, taking it a 5 versus 3, locks right in front of him. Serious strip mine has been set up, goes in here for the plant right now. DOE on the lookout. He might have a visitor with him in a moment. Trophies is still getting destroyed by Young J. One beautiful snipe in there for Lawrence. Turns around, tries to get another one, but nobody makes that mistake. Young J goes in here for the push and a beautiful takedown yet again on Zero. Can he scope in, scope out? Pistol comes out. MW11 Serious shuts him down, and it is an all-out takedown. PDR in here, and they will get the defusal as well. Cuckoo.
Ready for the next round.
And at first, at that very moment on that round, I thought XDG Dynasty will be able to get the win there, but PDR Esports able to adjust through the adversity, AJ. And again, they're now leading with 3-1 in the Search and Destroy map.
Yeah, it's very hard to be surprised at this at all. Ooh, look at that. I think I saw a player up on the silos there. Jello was that. Ooh, and he gets taken down. Very, very interesting positioning coming in from Jello. But I think it was just a little too adventurous. Milione is taking down Zero right now. Goes in for yet another takedown. Lawrence snuffed out as well. PDR looking for yet another point in here. Milione, Dovey has been eliminated. And it's a 3-on-2 situation. Milione's on freaking fire. And that Fennec gameplay. But Miliones doesn't get to stand up. Serious takes him down. And Rage finishes that round. Beautifully played by PDR Esports.
What a beautiful play there. Again, specifically for Millones. In English, it's millions, JJ. So, again, Millones from PDR Esports showing us why he deserves to be in this spotlight right now. And now 4-1 is the score. I don't think XDG can try to get another win here, AJ.
I mean, coming into the series itself, we kind of, knew what was going to happen, All I want to see is the best outcome in terms of XDG just throwing themselves at PDR Esports in the best way possible and trying to win these engagements. Because, come on, the scoreboard kind of paints out the game and the day already, right? Might as well go in there and take a risk. And who knows what can, get you, man. I mean, AIM Elo tried to break away from the usual style of gameplay. Oh, Young J with the early takedown. Kitsune, Young J once again, Zero, double headshot.
What a shot there coming from Young J, and now one thing, which is our Lawrence will get killed there by Lost. And now PDR Esports 5-1 going for the match point. This is so sad for the XDG Dynasty fans out there. You better cheer them up, because sometimes, AJ, you know what? If you cheer your team a lot on the comment section, they get more encouragement, right?
Yeah, yes, they do. But look at the way XDG is playing this right now, man. They started this off so beautifully. And right now, they are just playing this game all over the place. I don't even see their game plan, right? And whatever their game plan has, come to be thus far, PDR Esports has been able to snuff that out. Look at PDR right now, coming here for the push. Joey, Millones goes in for a 2-piece. Kitsune a 2-piece for himself as well. Trying to even up the squad. Kitsune with the 3rd piece. Range takes down Zero. Joey coming in here, Fennec gameplay. PDR versus Kitsune. Kitsune still alive. Rage going after him. KRM action. Kitsune still alive. And Kitsune finally taken down by Rage. How? Okay, wait, first of all, how did Kitsune survive that? Secondly, how did Kitsune not manage to take him down? Did he run out of bullets?
He was probably reloading. He was trying to back out there. AJ, we didn't really see the point of view of Kitsune, but he got pistoled at the very end. by PDR Esports. And again, 6-1 is the score. Total domination for Search and Destroy. Let's try to go back here, AJ, while we're at it, looking at the match results here with the two maps that we have, and look at the one-sided victories by PDR Esports.
All-out domination so far by PDR, man. 150-49, 6-1. I mean, as we go into Crossfire, quite honestly, are my hopes up very high for XDG? Not really, right? Because we want to go in there and support them a little bit more. But thus far, I'm not even able to comment on their game strategy because I don't see a game strategy coming in from them. And that's probably the biggest problem going in with XDG Dynasty, right? If you're going to place your bet on XDG Dynasty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I would suggest you hold your money for just a bit until they figure out how they are going to be taking on these matches. I mean, they've got one final chance in here, at least, Cuckoo. We are going to go into domination, and this is going to be at where is it? Crossfire, wasn't it?
Yeah, Crossfire.
Yeah, so let's see how they take this one at least, man. We should be able to see some sort of a strat here.
Yeah, definitely. We will definitely see an adjustment here for XDG Dynasty. But again, the adjustment will be matched by PDR Esports, as we do see from map 1 and map 2 they're adjusting as well, as Young J just getting that first blood off the series of XDG. I think I know now who's going to win this one, AJ.
Okay, so I'm just curious as to what that player was trying to get done there, right? We saw a few objective players immediately trying to run over, but we had a couple of players from XDG camping over at Butchers. But look at the surprising outcome. It is XDG with the capture on Bravo right now, and PDR Esports hasn't gone in there for the attempt. PDR Esports instead is trying to go in for the Charlie capture. Very interestingly with one player, and I believe that is Locks just all by himself. Rage going in here for that backstab, and he manages to get that done. Beautifully taken, and that distraction earns them that Bravo lockdown.
All right, and XDG too busy actually with the other sites. I think they were too busy at the alpha site, and now triple cap. Oh my goodness, AJ.
No, I tell you, man, getting a triple cap on, this map, right? It's so difficult. It's so difficult unless you are going to be able to, crush your enemies. And that's exactly what PDR Esports is doing to XDG right now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. They are crushing them. XDG doesn't stand a chance against a technical squad like PDR Esports, man.
Friendly Shock RC is coming.
Hey, they're just using their rotations, their planned strategies, and it is working. However, Charlie is now going to be taken by XDG Dynasty. But still, the sports now is far away from each other. We have 3 minutes left here in this round. So let's see if XDG Dynasty can do a comeback here. But it's going to be highly unlikely here. The level of gameplay between these two teams is so much different, AJ.
Way too different. There's no strategy coming in here from XDG. They are all over the place. They went in there for a quick capture. They took it like a textbook domination match. This is not a textbook domination match. When I first became a shoutcaster for Garena Call of Duty Mobile, I was told by one of the staff members from Garena, right, that Mustachio, as you go in here and you shoutcast match after match, you will start seeing the difference between pro players and players who come in there and they're just playing the game, right? And this is an example of a pro team. PDR Esports, man. They know exactly what they're doing. XDG, on the other hand, I'm still trying to figure out what are they trying to do.
Yeah, I'm also thinking the same thing, AJ, and it's like just them doing an unranked match here. But again, we are in the Call of Duty Mobile PH Championship 2021, so they did something in order for them to preserve the spot. But again, right now they're kind of lost right now, and I saw from the comment section they need an intervention.
They definitely need an intervention, man. Someone needs to go and take over as their coach or something, right? Because look at that game strat they just planned out that game strat, and they opened the matchup by running all the way from their spawn straight into butchers, and they were aiming to capture the gorilla base at the start of the game to distract PDR Esports. But that was such a silly gameplay because they managed to get to butchers and then they just waited at butchers. They didn't proceed, they didn't push forward, and they all died. And that's such a wasteful way to open the game. And look at the amount of points that has ended up in PDR Esports pocket right now. Young Jay flying around just sniping up, down, left, right, center. They don't care much anymore. They've got such a great lead on this game right now. They can't afford a few mistakes, Google.
Yeah, they cannot really afford to make mistakes here, and they are actually able to get the Bravo site here, AJ. I think they still have time here. They want to do a comeback, but I think it's way too late now. PDR Esports will be able to take back Bravo.
Yeah, and look at this, right? A one-man takeover. At PDR Esports, they do what XDG tries to do. They do successfully what XDG dreams of doing. The hope sometimes is there. The execution just isn't found anywhere. PDR Esports coming in here, teaching XDG how to play this. Jello coming in, Diowi with a beautiful Fennec defense. I mean, with such a small max, sometimes you wonder, how do they take down multiple players?
Well, right now, I'm not sure if XDG knows what they're doing, but PDR is on the verge of getting this third win in a row, and we're going to see another donut here that we're going to eat, AJ. And looks like with 3 wins here with PDR Esports, they will be topping off their other PDR team, which is the Restored team. And there you go. We're going to have PDR Esports win this map.
I don't know, man. XDG Dynasty is really playing this, and they are not doing themselves any favor whatsoever, right, Kuku? These are basic stuff that you should have been able to kind of sort out in your head at this stage already. We are not supposed to be seeing these sort of, I will call it, man, these are amateur mistakes coming in from XDG, and they are losing mainly because of their game strategies. Well played by PDR Esports, a very, very well-deserved donut.
Yeah, and a well-deserved donut, a one-sided donut indeed. And XDG Dynasty really needs to find a better game plan going forward. And like what I saw from the comment section, they need intervention. AJ, as we see here, the map results for each modes here. Hardpoint getting 150 over 49, 6-1 in Mountain, and then Crossfire 150 to 74. So it's not like the 2 previous matchups that we saw. It's really one-sided, and now we are gonna go with another matchup here. I think this is the best matchup of the night. RTL Legacy and NRX Unknown. AJ, what do you think?
RTL Legacy, NRX Unknown. I don't think we should even be asking this question because it's disrespectful towards RTL. They have been slaying their competition thus far in the Philippines National Championship. And I believe